the book of Alpha running, man, homie. Read it or weep.
What's going on, my Alpha brethren? I was just thinking about something earlier today, man. I was chopping it up with this little chick, man, and she was lying, and I knew she was lying, and she knew she was lying, but there was nothing that was going to be said or done that was going to make her admit to her lie. And not that I really cared, it's just I was just really just trying to see if she would actually stick to this lie that I know for a fact was a lie. And she stuck to it. And this is what a lot of you men are dealing with in your relationships. Because you have along the way somewhere been convinced that you should allow your woman to convince you of truth. When deep down inside, you know she doesn't know truth. Her truth is based on what makes her feel good. Her truth is based on what makes her feel safe. Her truth is what makes her feel powerful. It doesn't matter what that thing is. It can be a figment of her imagination, or it can be a blatant falsification of the facts. She does not want truth. She does not thrive on truth. The only truth she wants is for you to tell her the truth. And that is where men get tripped up. You believe that because she is so adamant about you being truthful with her, that it is because she is honest. But I am telling you, brothers, it is not because she is honest. It is because she is so dishonest that she just assumes that you have to be at least half as dishonest as she is. A liar surely thinks everyone else lies. Let's chop it up.
Chuck Diesel.
So I say unto you, men, that when you're in a situation with a female and you know for a fact what your gut is telling you, you are a lost cause for manhood if you allow a woman in all her feminine beguiling ways to convince you that what you feel in your gut is the opposite of truth, but what she says out of her mouth is honesty. There is no experience under the sun that has ever shown you that this is the case. So you see, we find ourselves in situations where we have seen truth reveal itself to us in our adult lives. You think about this. Think about how you thought your father was the scum of the earth because he left your mother to be a single mom. You felt like there was no way a man should ever do that. No way he should ever do that. Because you were left under the assumption by your lying mother that your father just up and left. And you believed that from the time you were a little child until the time you were in your late teens or your early 20s or even your 30s, until you yourself had a child with the woman and ended up not being with that woman, ended up not wanting to be in a relationship with that woman, or even worse than that, having that woman not want to be in a relationship with you. Then you found out what your father dealt with when you were a child. You see, you're your mother's son, so you never saw her in the light that you see your own baby mama. But now, in retrospect, you can look back and say, you know what? I can come to understand why my dad left. If he dealt with what I'm dealing with, I can see why he no longer wants to be in the household. And then you could also see why that even though he may have reached out and attempted to establish a relationship with you, your mother was in control of your destiny. She was your legal guardian. She was the custodial parent. She is automatically the custodial parent. And a lot of the times, men don't want to put children through a custody battle. It is rough to take a child from the woman who he loves so dearly, especially when she's not an unfit mother. So a lot of times men take the high road and decide that they'll do whatever they can to establish a relationship with their child. But at some point, a man has the right to say, damn that. At some point, a man has the right to say, enough is enough. This situation is belittling my manhood. And as a man, no matter what anyone else says, you have the right to not belittle your own manhood intentionally by trying to fix a situation that is unfixable. And a lot of the times, this is what men face in this society. You see, this society is set up to where you don't have children. Your children are not your children. Your children belong to their mother unless you are one of the lucky ones who has fought for and gained custody. Everything that you're fighting for is an allowance. A mother never has to initially fight a father for custody. If the two were married, she is automatically granted custody. He is the one who has to fight for joint custody. He has to file for joint custody. And of course, when I say never, of course, you know, nothing is fail-safe or foolproof. So I'm not saying 100% of the time, but enough of the time to not consider the few times that it does not happen the way I am saying it does. I say to you, men, everything that you've been taught about women is a lie. But you have to understand that now you must go back throughout your life, and the men that you viewed from a negative perspective because you were filled with the vitriol of femininity in your mind and your thoughts were based in that femininity. You must find it in your heart as a man, in your mind, in your soul, to go back and reassess your outlook on those men, because a lot of the times those men have dealt with the same things that we are dealing with today. The Me Too movement was not prevalent then, but child support, child rearing, custody has been the same ever since we've been here. None of us were born at a time when custody was different. This is a terrible life, a terrible thing that we are dealing with as men. And I must say that no matter what is said, no matter what is done, we as men deserve to feel masculine. We deserve to feel that we are the beacon of truth. We are the light of honesty. We are the ones who are in full control of ourselves. And we only relinquish that control 9 times out of 10 when we involve ourselves with a woman. Because women lie. Men lie. Women just lie more. A woman may lie 15 times and not be caught in one. A man may lie once and be caught in his lie. We're bad liars, man. We're terrible liars. Women are prolific at lying. Because as long as she believes that you don't actually have the facts, she will never admit to something that she is not faced with facts on. She will never find it in her heart, in her spirit, in her mind to be honest about something that she thinks would be a detriment to your relationship if she believes in her heart that you do not have the actual facts. At the very moment you present her with the actual facts, that is when she will go into her acting mode. She'll become an Oscar award-winning actress and start blubbering and boo-hooing crocodile tears and snotting at the nose and foaming at the mouth and all of these things and flailing on the ground and rolling about and saying all types of things like she can't believe that you will put her through all of that and try to hit you with the shaming language and guilt trip you and all of those things. Simply because you stuck to your guns and did not allow her to run the game of changing your mind about your truth. As a man, you know when a woman is lying. There is an energy there. And therefore, you must never allow her words to deter your thoughts. Because to do so is to accept the fact that she is the logical one. She is the honest one. She is the honorable one. And last but not least, she is the godly one. And we all know nothing could be further from the truth. So listen to her. Take heed to the words that come out of her mouth. and understand that if you believe she is lying, then more than likely she is. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments down below, man. You know, I know you've dealt with many dishonest episodes with women yourself, and I'm not saying that men are this beacon of honesty far and wide, that none of us lie. I am saying that we are not the experts that women are, and I'm also saying due to the fact that they are experts, you must not allow her to change your mind about what you believe. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.